Peter Fury, and don't forget to subscribe to Porky's Corner, because I've been a helmet of the month and you need to listen to me. Yeah? So follow him, yeah? And get the fella some followers up, for Christ's sake. He wears his heart on his sleeves, the good man Russ. So follow Porky's Corner, he says it as it is, and you know, I appreciate the helmet of the month, Russ. No problem.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome, mate.
Robert Smith, do the right thing. Sort Gary Sykes' belt out and put it in history books that he's British champion outright at super featherweight, and I'll leave you alone, Robert Smith. Alright? Don't you forget. Good morning. Morning. How you doing? You busy? Good man. Window cleaner being nice to me. That's the way I'm coming to. Right. Hello all you hardcores, how are you doing? Big P here. Voice of hardcore boxing, you know that, don't you? We say the things that nobody dare say. Isn't that right? Oof, God, that's bright, isn't it? It's a bit better. I'm not good at this lighting, mate. Right. You know what time it is, don't you? Weapon of the week, innit? Weapon of the week! This is a time of week where me, Big P, well, I pick a weapon. Dark now, innit? Let's have a look. Not better. This is why it's best off doing it in a studio, but people love doing weapon in car. Right, it's weapon of the week time. Loads of contenders, because people can't help themselves, can they? Hey? People can't help themselves, so this week I want to pick somebody that's been a weapon before. He loves it, don't you? I know you're watching. Somebody told me, I've heard back. This week's weapon of the week is boxer-sized Ben Davidson. Who knows how to play the game very, 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 very well. Don't you, Ben? Oh yeah. Ben knows what he's doing, don't you, Ben? Oh, he fucking knows alright, don't you, lad? Well, he's been given the platform, hasn't you, Ben, yet again, on IFL, to go on about how you're the best trainer in the UK, and all these trainers with, you know, decades of experience and all that are lazy and they don't know what they're doing. Is that a dig aimed at every trainer, Ben? Is that what it is? Is that what it is, a dig? You're aiming digs at other trainers. Why would you do that? Why? Sure shit tastes better than everybody else, does it? Hey, you've been in game 2 minutes and you're bigging yourself up. You've not done anything with anybody from debut. You've got your tongue that far up MTK's arsehole. They're handing you their world champions that are undefeated. Billy Joe's left you a few times, hasn't he? Tyson's left you. If you were that good, you'd still be with Tyson Fury, wouldn't you? Well, you never lost with him, did you? So why are you not with him? You tell me. keep putting lists up about what you've done in 2021, why make it about you? Why make it about you? It's about the fighters. That's what it's about. The fighters. It's not about Ben Davidson. Alright? You're treating yourself as the star. You can't fight for toffee, Ben. You can't fight for toffee. If you could, you'd be a boxer. Like me, we can't fight. We're not fighters, Ben. You're just a bullshit con artist. That's what you are, mate. And you'll get found out. You'll get found out. See, when somebody turns around and says you've got to train with this trainer and you're registered with that company, you've just got to take it on chin, aren't you? But down the line, world champion fighters know if somebody's any good. Forget all that talking a good game. You haven't shown me anything to suggest that you're a great trainer, Ben, yet. Nothing. Nothing. You've done no with anybody from scratch. Same as Dave Caldwell. He's not won a British title from scratch yet. That's how I look at it. I want to see you take somebody who's not an Olympian, do something with them, then I'll give you your Porky badge. You'll get a Porky badge, Ben. Blowing your own trumpet and slagging off all trainers in country. Do you know a lot of trainers in this country, Ben, that you're saying that are lazy and blah de blah, and you've caught them all up? You're being given the platform to say that, so it's ingrained in people's heads. You haven't caught them up, have you? 2 world champions have left you. She was alright jogging, wasn't she? Look, Ben, you're putting yourself out there as best in UK. You were doing it for the Ring Magazine Award. That's gone to Eddie Reynoso. Forget that, that's long gone. Now you're doing it to put pressure on Boxing Board of Control. You're being vocal. I can understand that, but you're also insulting every other trainer in the country. A lot of trainers who train fighters, Ben, what they do, they have jobs in day. Now, and then they get to the gym at night, but it doesn't mean say they don't know what they're doing. These that have been at it years, they may be just happy doing that. But you're making out that you stood at game and all that. Do you think these other trainers don't study game? I thought that interview you did were insulting. I want to get that 40 odd minutes of my life back if I can. I found it insulting towards trainers in country. Like I said, considering you've done sweet FA with anybody from debut, all you've done is put your tongue up MTK's arsehole and palled up all the right people around you. I've heard stories, Ben, about your arse-licking Bob Arum, Eddie Hearn, Frank Warren, IFL. You're in bed with all of them. All you're doing is playing the game. I ain't got a problem with that, but don't come out insulting trainers, because a lot of trainers in this country are pissed off with you, mate. Pissed off with you. But like I said, if you were any good, why has Tyson Fury and Billy Joe Saunders left you? Bill's left you 3 times, hasn't he? Come on. Stop talking shit and get down to graft and achieve something. We'll take somebody from debut, get him to a world champion belt, or just get him challenging for a world title, and I'll give you your Porky badge. Till then, mate, you're just a snotty little spoilt brat who looks about 12-year-old. You're a new kid on the block, but don't go upsetting the old guard, Ben. Alright, leave that to me. So that's about it, really. Ben Davidson, weapon of the week. Hey? Weapon of the week. Weapon behaviour. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hey? Unbelievable. And what's IFL's role in all this? Giving you a platform to say that? Are they controlled as well by MTK? IFL, are you controlled by MTK as well? Hey, is that what it is? Propaganda? So you can insult trainers in country, calling them lazy and that. Fucking whores, man. IFL whores. Ben Davidson, fucking whores. Off with their heads. I think that's about it, really. I think that's about it. Wednesday morning on my way into office. I just thought I'd blow a bit of steam off with a weapon video, because that is weapon behaviour on a massive scale, Ben. Weapon behaviour. But what I want to know, Ben, is this. You're an ex-boxer, aren't you, apparently? Mark Tibbs is ex-boxer. Why don't you and Mark Tibbs get at it? Sure, Mark will oblige you. Why don't you and Mark Tibbs get at it? In your gym, Ben, you get that fat, weirdo looking Barry. He can open up one morning and he can ref it. And I'll come and film it. What do you reckon, Mark? What do you reckon, sorry, Ben? You and Tibbo sort it out in ring once and for all. I'd be up for that. South Yorkshire Packaging would be willing to look after you both financially. If we can have rights to it, we'll film it. You and Tibbo getting at it. What do you reckon, Ben? You've plenty to say for yourself. I mean, there's people in the industry that are saying that you're having a dig at certain old-time trainers. Mentioning no names, but them certain old-time trainers took you in, didn't they, Ben? Showed you at ropes. And now you're throwing them under the bus saying they're all lazy, all that brigade. Hey? So, alright, Ben, so think before you open your mouth. I shouldn't really quote that, because I don't think no, I ain't got no filter. But what you see with me is what you get. But what we see with you, Ben, is you come with a smile, and then as soon as somebody's back's turned, you stick that knife in the back, don't you, Ben? You do. Naughty, naughty. So Ben Davidson, weapon of the week. I don't fucking like you. Go on, fuck off.
It's funny because out of a loss, it's a career-defining fight. You know, it's not the strongest man in the clinch. It's the better wrestler, the better man in the clinch with a better technique and a better know-how. So reasons for what we think he may have been asking the jab for to what he was asking the jab for, it may be different. So, you know, it's easy to criticise coaches or to give them credit, you know, when realistically it's terminology, linguistics, timing. The fighter may understand what the coach wants from something that sounds simple that other people may not know what it means, you know. And there's a way to, we were talking about it yesterday, about the way Tyson steps to and puts Wilder under pressure. In moments last night, it was not reckless, but just uneducated. We can sit here and say this was good, that was good. All I wish for is that both men have left the ring safe with their health intact, and that hopefully, you know, they can get along in the end. I really, really do hope, because they have defined each other's careers. They made each other superstars. Before the fight, before the first fight, Wilder wasn't overly known in the UK, and vice versa. Tyson wasn't overly known in the US. But they made each other big names across the Atlantic, made each other millions upon millions of pounds, which would go down in generations to their families. And they owe that to each other, no matter what anybody says. Of course, promoters, broadcasters, fans buying it, all of these kind of things. But if each man didn't bring their end of the bargain and wasn't able to perform and match up so well, sell the fight so well, and do all these kind of things, then, you know, they wouldn't be where they are in their life. You know, what they've done for each other has been amazing. At the end of the day, they've been successful business partners. Before the fight, before the first fight, Wilder wasn't overly known in the UK, and vice versa. Tyson wasn't overly known in the US. But they made each other big names across the Atlantic, made each other millions upon millions of pounds, which would go down in generations to their families. And they owe that to each other, no matter what anybody says. Of course, promoters, broadcasters, fans buying it, all of these kind of things. But if each man didn't bring their end of the bargain and wasn't able to perform and match up so well, sell the fight so well, and do all these kind of things, then, you know, they wouldn't be where they are in their life. You know, what they've done for each other has been amazing. At the end of the day, they've been successful business partners.